tell me where to go, but anywhere but Africa, because they don't like us over there. And I said what I said.
They can't wait to list their things or issues with other countries, or maybe like countries in Africa, when you have issues right in the US. So like, be realistic, like be for real.
So, Josiah, what's the biggest question that bothers you about interacting with people, moving abroad, and describe that?
Like, where should I go, especially if it's Africa? Because people, friends or YouTubers or otherwise, you see us. We've got, what do we have? Over 300 videos at the time of this recording. We're bouncing around Uganda, we're bouncing around Zanzibar, Tanzania, places. We're healthy, we good, but people are still like, well, are you sure you're in Africa? Like, that's how it comes across, sometimes literally in comments and emails and things. And so it's almost like people can't believe that you're doing it, even though you're showing them the evidence in videos. And, oh, my parents' retirement is good. But people are like, well, I can't get retirement. But how can you not get it when we just told you? I know you don't know us, people lie, I get it. But it's like, we've been around a couple years now.
More than a couple of years.
More than a couple of years. You and Mom are literally, look, you know me and Daniel aren't retired. How about that? so you know that if you don't know anything else. And so that's one thing that does frustrate me, when people don't absorb or believe the data that's in front of them. They make up stories. That's one way to put it.
Okay, so Marlene, tell us what really frustrates you.
I think it's almost some of the things he said, but I guess I'm going to zero in on the fact that they will talk about, because we're in Africa, like it's back in the Tarzan era, people in loincloths, this and that and the other, but they have not done any type of research. So they're still going on old information, and they need to find out for themselves what is it really like. But as Josiah said, there's so many gazillion videos, not just the ones we do, but other people that do, that let you know what it is like here. But I think that the frustrating part is like, stop talking about, oh, they're lions in the street, and because they're looking at old data. That's old. It's
or wasn't
right,
true
yeah.
at all. There ain't no one lit. If you're not the Maasai or maybe any other tribe, you're not living on the conservation area. You're not living amongst any of that. They're not just walking around. You know what? Common sense tells you that is literally dangerous. So why would you do that if you didn't have expertise to live amongst them?
All right,
DB.
Daniel, so what frustrates you about trying to communicate to people about moving abroad?
I guess it's the I want to say willful ignorance. It's like we live in the age of the smartphone, and people, I guess I echo some of what they say, don't think to look it up. You can think to look up where Starbucks is within the next street, but you don't think that you can look up what life is like in Tanzania, what life is like in Ethiopia. And it's like, again, I echo some of the things they say. Like, we have moved here and there to different African countries. We've been back to the States more than once. People have seen us, and we're fine. We're okay. And so it's that willful ignorance, and it's like routine. It's like you're saying the same thing. I already know what you're gonna say. I know the playbook. Like, I know already, because you say the same thing over and over again. There's not demonstrating anything new. So let's have a real conversation. And it's just like, well, what have you done? You know?
Whoa, I like that, Daniel. Or like, what did I tell y'all this morning? I saw that comment on Instagram somewhere where someone wanted to know where to live abroad, not on our Instagram, but someone else's. And they said, tell me where to go, but anywhere but Africa, because they don't like us over there. And I said what I said. And I'm like, I didn't respond, but I was like, no, there's no way you know that. It's like, there are issues, places, there are violence in certain areas, There's oftentimes reasons why someone treats you a certain way. I'm not trying to victim blame you. There are bad people, we get that. But it's an entire continent or an entire country within a context, because they're known to be some of the warmest, most welcoming communal people on earth. Like, wow. For real, like that's actually, but if you don't go on National Geographic or read journals, better yet, visit the continent, you don't, there's more to life than what you said. There's also knowing, to your point, Daniel, of like, friends and family have seen us go to the States and back and things. And like, again, it's like that tangible data. You're just regurgitating mythology that they don't like us within a certain context or a certain thing. Oh, something happened in the Gambia or something happened here and there. Don't go there if those places have challenges, but don't project a challenge Nigeria or Ethiopia has onto the entire continent, because you don't know. You're just talking.
Let's also not act like there aren't challenges where you currently live in the U.S. Let's not act like that, because I feel like people also they can't wait to list their things or issues with other countries or maybe like countries in Africa when you have issues right in the U.S. So like, be realistic, like be for real,
and stop being like superior.
Yeah,
because people overlook those challenges in their home country, non-African, right? So they're like, it's, what is it? The devil you know. So you get used to it, and you project onto an African country that, oh, well, we're better because we don't have their challenges. No, you may not even know their challenges.
So, I mean, you could still kind of do this comparison type of thing of what maybe certain countries here have and what goes on in the States. So it's like we could go back and forth, but the fullness of this is that you really don't know what you think you know, because you haven't searched or looked into it for yourself. You're going on maybe what other people see, or you might have seen some incident that happened somewhere else, but you still need to go and find out for yourself and see the real truth of what it's really all about.
Yes. Here, I'll help you before we go. I'll help you. We have, at the time of this video, over 350 videos. Go watch them, or some of them. Click on Awaken with Mark somewhere down there in a corner, because that'll take you to our landing page here on YouTube, our homepage, and you'll see all the shorts, all the videos, all the community posts, and you can see all the different things we've done in Africa. And with that, you can also go to our website, awakenwithmark.com. You can read our newsletter, read our blog, the Awaken Letter, where we also write down lessons learned and adventures we've taken. Now you will know, and that'll benefit you if you want to come here and enjoy Africa like us. Karibu. Quick advice, look up visa-free countries throughout the world. If you want to come to Africa, you can do that. The world is your oyster. Look up visa-free countries for Americans, because there are benefits to being American if you are American, or if you are British or English or Western or something. Look at how heavy, and heavy is a good term, I think, not the official term, but look how heavy your passport is. See what countries you can go to visa-free. In the Bahamas, last I checked, Americans can stay in the Bahamas visa-free for like 200 days. That's like, what, 2/3 of the year or something? That's a long time. That's plenty of time to plan and get your things together. Look up least corrupt countries in the Global Peace Index. That could be relative, that could just be the whole world. That could be relative to Africa, again, if that's where you want to go, or the Caribbean or something. Look up all the things that matter to you. Top shelf health, the countries with the best health care. Look up the world's best, travel insurance, digital nomad insurance, health insurance. Look up the places, if you're retirement age or if you're retired, look up all the places that are voted as the best for retirees to go to. The best for families, the best absolutely for Black people. I didn't even need to say that one, but there you go. Look up those things, and if you need help, that's right. We just put out a free guide. It's like 5 pages or something like that. Look in the description of this video. There's also other goodies in there as well, free downloads and travel resources based on my family's experience. We've been living abroad for 2.5 years now. And so if you need some help with research to find all the things I mentioned, like best places to retire to, least corrupt countries, least corrupt African countries, best places for, safest places for Black people to go to, etc., you can find that in our epic expat research guide. It's linked in the description of this video. And we will see you on the next Awaken with Mark video. Peace out.